Hello, everybody. Okay, today we're going to get right down to business. I have a little bit of a scratchy throat today because of allergies. I live over here in Washington, and we have a lot of smoke coming in from the fires all around us. So bear with my scratchy throat and my sneezing if that happens again. Okay, so today we're going to get right down to it. And we're going to talk about what you're doing and why you're doing it. Hello, Evan. How you doing? Oh, thank you. Okay. Are you living your dream? Are you working? Okay, are you a business owner? Do you own systems that make you money? Or what are you doing? It could be any of these. You could be investing. If you're investing money to make money, that would mean, hey, Sam, that would mean that you are an investor and your money works for you. So then, therefore, you do not have to work for your money because it is working for you. Okay, and also, if you are a system owner, where you own a system and it is making you money. It could be a business. You have a business system in place, and it doesn't matter if you're there or not. That will make you money. Okay? And then you could be a job. If you have a job and you're just working for hours, trading time for money, then you are building someone else's dream, which that is perfectly fine. Everyone has had a job at one time or another in their lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and then if you are a business owner, what happens is you may own the business, but you work for the business. And let me just break that down just a wee bit here. Because most people, actually I should say all people, are in one to two of these areas of their life all the time. And they don't even realize that they're there, other than maybe you're not happy with what you're doing. Maybe you always want something better, and that's fine. We all have aspirations of what we want our lives to be and what we want to see in them. So I'm going to ask you, what are the 10 things that you really, really want your lifestyle to be? What is the 10 awesomest things, the happy things, whatever it is? Write it down and keep that handy for yourself. This is not anything for anyone else to look at but you. So write those 10 things down and keep them handy where you can see them, and they will change periodically, because as you grow into the person that maybe you want to be, maybe you're going to grow into the person that you have been striving to be. It could be possible that you're happy working the job. You get up every day, you go to work, you have a secure income, you're going to get paid X amount of dollars, you're going to have X amount of dollars for that week, and you have your benefits, and you have everything else in line. You got your retirement, you got your insurance, all that stuff, and that is okay. A lot of people need that particular security in their lives, and that's fine. Okay, and then if you're a business owner, if you fall into this category, again, your wants, needs, desires, what you want in life will be different from what a person wants that is in the job category. Nothing wrong with that. Every category is its own category. And like I said, people fall into these 4 categories, and usually people will be in 2 of these categories at one time. You could be, okay, now we're on to the category of a business owner. Okay, if you fall into this category, you have a business. Maybe you're a small business owner. Maybe you have a large business owner. But if you're a small business owner, then take a look at how many employees you have. Then ask yourself, if you've not done this before, or maybe you're afraid to, or whatever it is, can I walk away from my business for 2 weeks and still have the business have an increased revenue without me there? If you can, then you have a system in place. If you can't, then you are working your business. And again, everyone has their own different quadrants, own different areas that they're in, and that is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. Everyone is where they're at for their own reasons. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are a business owner and you have no freedom, you don't have the freedom to go take a vacation when you want without fear that you're going to lose money, that the business is not going to produce what it should be producing because you are not there. Scary, huh? And could be also you're afraid to take a sick day. Because what it means, you got to call somebody in. Maybe you've only got 4 employees. So what are you going to do with that? Maybe you only got 2 employees. Or maybe you've got 50 employees and you still don't feel comfortable taking a day off. Hello, Jesse. How you doing? So if you're in those 2 categories, which is the employee category and the business owner category, those 2 categories will limit you on what your freedoms will ever be. You'll constantly be working for the business owner, or you will be the business owner working for the business. Those 2 categories leave you kind of stuck right there on what you can do and not do. Okay, and then the other 2 categories that people fall into is you can be an investor. Let's go with investing next. When you're an investor, what that means is your money is working for you. You have X amount of dollars. You do not have to go to a job. Maybe you have a home office. Most investors do have a home office. Most of us do have a home office even if we don't do anything else. I think almost everybody has a home office these days. Even if it's the kitchen table. A lot of people have that, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever you choose to do is perfectly good. So what we want to look at is an investor is your money's working for you. So for example, if I was to take, say, $100,000 and I was saying, okay, well, I'm going to invest this $100,000 because I don't want it sitting in the bank. If you have money sitting in the bank, it's not doing any good. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of interest on it, but what if you invest that $100,000 and you're going to make yourself a good revenue off of that $100,000? Well, that's going to free you up. That $100,000 could turn into $500,000, and it could just keep growing and growing and growing. So as you keep reinvesting in different systems, different product, different whatever it is that you want to invest in, or maybe you want to invest in a person's system. They are launching something, they are an inventor or whatever, and you're going to invest in that. You're going to invest in the marketing, you're going to invest in the product. It means you can even take ownership. And here's the best thing about this part. If you're an investor, most of us, what we do is we will take a small percentage of the company that we're investing in. Whether it be 15%, 25%, it just depends on what the product is. So for example, let's use an example. Say I have, $500,000 that I want to invest into a skincare product, which very lucrative right now, by the way. Take that $500,000, invest it into a skincare product with this person that has developed this new anti-aging, this awesome skincare product. So I'm going to invest in this company, and I'm going to take 15% of the company will be mine. By me investing $500,000, or you can have any amount you want. We're going to go with $500,000 because there's advertising, there's packaging, there's a lot of different areas that we have to do for e-commerce with that. So I'm going to invest that $500,000, and we're going to have a package. We're going to have ads. We're going to run all the promotions that we need to run, and I'm going to own 15% of that company. So when I own 15% of that company, it's up, it's running. I don't have to worry about it. I invested the money. People are in place to grow the product. People are in place to make it happen. I'm just going to collect the revenue. That is an investor, and that is an investor that is using the money to grow the business, to grow their financial wealth. When you are an investor, you are truly wealthy. You have financial freedom. You can come and go as you please. You can travel the world. You can go wherever you want. You are wealthy. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? That's why there are very few investors out there. People don't realize that when you invest the money and not sit on the money will work for you. And the more the money works for you, the better it is. So if you're worried about that, then I know it's hard to let go of your money if you only have so much. I'm not telling you to just go out there and spend your last dime to invest with somebody unless it is a sure deal. If it's a sure deal, then I would be all over it. But next we're going to go into if you have a system. Hey Ben, how you doing? If you have a system, let's say you have a system that is proven to work. And let's use Burger King. Okay, let's say you are the creator of the Burger King system. Anybody can make a hamburger. Anybody can put fries in the fryer. Anybody can put a hamburger together. Anybody can make a drink order, anybody can do that. What Burger King has is a system. They have a system in place where they have people that you come in, hello, welcome to Burger King. How may I help you? Young people that have been taught and programmed, so to speak, to repeat these certain scenarios, these certain words to invite people in. And yes, thank you. And you hear all the time when most of us have been to a fast food place, which is a given. And you hear, do you want fries with that? That is an upsell. That is a system. Okay, well, the creator of Burger King, he does not have to be there every day in every single one of his stores to make sure it's working properly. He has employed managers, salespeople, janitorial people. There's people that deliver the product. There's people that deliver the meat, the buns, the fries, the wrappers that they put on the hamburgers and the little box things that they put them in, and the fry boxes. There's people that deliver all of this stuff, so it's all part of a system. Now, to get more money, and most places are doing this, all the restaurants are actually done this, they franchised. So this person that owns this company owns the system. Therefore, off of every single company, after every single store out there, and how many stores have you seen? How many Burger Kings have you seen? There's one or two in a town, depending on how big it is. A city, there could be 4 or 5 different stores. Well, this creator, inventor of this system, this is his system. He owns this system. He makes money off of everything sold from this franchise. There is a bottom line. He will own like 60% of it. They will own, 40% of it. It's just the way it goes. So the numbers will be different on that depending on the contract that each individual person will set up to go if they want to franchise this company. And what they're franchising is the system itself, because there's certain guidelines that every system out there has. And if you are the owner of this system, in a way, you are investing your money over and over again in your own system. Because you're keeping it up, you're keeping it running, and you're making sure you have employees that are following your guidelines. And that's where the manager comes in. So each franchise has the franchise owner, and under them, they have the manager, the store manager, or the GM, whatever they want to have their titles to be. I'm not sure what they are. I know they changed them at Burger King is last I heard. So I'm not sure what they are right this minute. I did not research that before I did this live, so apologize for that. But all of these areas, there are 4 different areas of the business world. And everyone falls into at least one or two, mostly two. Because, like I was saying, if you have a job, you are in one category, and that's fine. If you are a business owner, then you are in another category. So usually the person that has the job and the person that is a business owner will fall on the same side of the spectrum, because you have, on the same side of the spectrum, you have the business owner and the employee. Well, the business owner is an employee to his business. Excuse me. Apologies. My allergies are just killing me with the smoke out here. But they are a slave, a worker to their job. And that's fine. There are so many small businesses out there, and that's what they want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is the way. That is okay. I'm not knocking anything. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have the system owner, which we were just speaking of, and you have the investor. Now, these two fall on the other side of the spectrum, because you have the investor and the system owner. They fall in the same way because they come together, and those two have the same mindset. And it all comes down to your mindset and where you're at right now and what you want to do for your life. So are you living where you want to be? Are you doing what you want? It's all up to you. All up to you. So in order to get where you want to be, if you're happy being the business owner and you have a mom and pop shop or whatever, that's great. Perfectly great. That's fine. That's where you want to be. If you're happy with, maybe you can work into it where you will have more flexibility. There's different systems and different ways to put that into play. We can go over that in another broadcast. There's not enough time for that one and this one too. So what you need to do is to take a look and say where you want to go. Where am I at now? And ask the 10 questions. What do I want? What do I want out of my life? What do I want to do with my life? Is it family time? Is it traveling? Maybe you want to just have a modest home. Maybe you want something that's comfortable and cozy and, not a lot of high taxes or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Anything you choose to do is right for you. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says, thinks, or does, because you only need to satisfy what you want, not what anybody else wants. Besides, anyone else's opinion doesn't matter squat, because you are the leader of your life. You are the creator of your story. Okay? So take ownership of that and decide, make a list of 10 things that you really, really want to do or have or to be in your life. Keep those 10 things close by where you can look at them every day. And if there's something on the list that you're not doing yet, then think, okay, what can I do? Who can I see? How can I turn this, not having this, into having it? That is a mindset. So the person that owns the system, that is the investor, they have a very different mindset than the employee or the business owner. Totally different mindset. So depending on where you're at, and where you're at is perfectly fine, it's where you are, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to change that, if you want to go to a different area of the 4, you want to go to a different spectrum, a different block, then decide, do I want this? Is this what I want? If so, what can I do? Who can I see? Who can I get with that will teach me how to do this? Who can I see that will follow me through? Is there a book I can read? Is there someone that's going to hold me accountable? Those type of things you want to ask yourself if you want to grow to a different place, if you want to get above where you're at. And if you're happy where you're at, then that is perfectly great. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't expect anyone to go way above where they're at right now if they're happy and to be unhappy. If you're secure and you're happy with what you're doing, then that's all it matters. Okay? So this is just a little broadcast here to let you know that there are options out there, and you may not even realize what spectrum that you're in until you stop and take a look at what you're doing. Okay? It's so simple when you get right down to it. Everyone wants to be wealthy. Most people, they want to be wealthy. And why is that? Why do we all want to be wealthy? We want to be wealthy so that we can have the freedom of our lives to come and go as we please, to be able to go and buy what we need to buy for our families, to be able to pay our bills without having to worry about it, to have that financial freedom that you will get from having a system investment or an investor. Those are the two categories that will give you wealth. Okay? You may get rich being a business owner because maybe you're making $1 million a year, okay, as a business owner. It's not wealthy, but it's rich. And not everyone out there has $1 million a year. So that makes you above the average. But what are you doing to work that business, and how is that business working you, is the big question. Because that business is working you, and you can have whatever you want in life. But maybe you're afraid to leave the business because you may not still have that $1 million a year because you don't know what's going to happen in your absence. So that's where that quadrant, or that area, plays off with the employee and the business owner, or the systems owner and the investor. It's all up to each individual person and your mindset. And I have to say, folks, your mindset is the rock that will hold you together, that will bind what you want to do. First, you have to know what it is you really want. And like I said, make a list of 10 things that you really want in your life, that make you happy, that you want. If you don't have them now, make a list of 10 things that you really super want. Okay? Simple as that. Make a list, and then there's always a way to get it. I believe that there's always an answer out there. You just have to look for it. Okay? I want to thank you all for joining me today. And I hope this has been helpful to everyone out there. And anyone on the replay, please just let me know you're on the replay so that I know who's coming in from where. Okay, guys, I will chat with you later. And again, make a list. 10 things you really want in your life, and 10 of the 10 things you want. Do you have them or not? Make a little star or make a little notice. This is just for you. Nobody else is going to see this but you. Okay, I will chat with you all later, and have a great Monday.